Hey guys, thank you for joining me for this week's reading. I'm working with the Psychic Tarot. So let's do a weekly reading and let's see what messages are coming through for this week. As always, these are general readings. So take the parts that do resonate with you and let the rest go. Okay, with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's see what messages need to come through for the collective. Okay, as I'm tuning in, the energy that I'm picking is there is this need to reach a goal, or there is this need to reach a destination and you're getting impatient about it, and Spirit wants you to know that patience is the key, surrender is the key, okay? Because no matter how much you strive or no matter how much you struggle, it's going to happen at its own pace, at its own timing. There's a lot of worry energy that's coming through, a lot of thinking and worries, and this could be about financial matters. This could be related to a job or work situation. Okay, can I get 3 more cards, please? Okay. Oh, okay. So I tried to pull 3, but a lot of other cards came with this. I'll stick to that, okay? So the first card is rest and rejuvenate, okay? Again, that need to pause, that need to gather your energy. As you can see, this man is sitting in the middle of the woods. He's meditating and he's kind of, collecting his energy. This is the 4 of Swords. This is the time to kind of, before you take that next step, like, I want to recharge. I need some time to think things over before I take my next step. And that's really what I was also picking while I was shuffling. It's like, let's pause, let's gather our energies, let's do whatever we need to do. And it's interesting, I love this imagery, because I do find whenever I go into the woods, whenever I connect with nature, that's when I feel recharged the most. So if you're empathic in nature, most likely you're also drawn to the trees and you're drawn to the nature, and you find it very recharging and healing, spending time in nature. Okay, so we're gonna go with the reading and then I'm gonna look at the cards all together. Now the next card we have is the 2 of Cups, spiritual union. Okay, for some this is meeting of your soulmate or your twin flame, and I don't go too much into twin flames and things like that. It's just a higher level soulmate, okay, because they are all labels at the end of the day. But I do feel with this energy also, this is a spiritual union. Like, the most important union is your own energies, okay? Bringing your masculine and feminine energies in balance, okay, what we also call as the Shiva Shakti energies, right? So bringing those energies within yourself in balance. This could be about a partnership, okay? It's going to be different for different people. This could be a union of 2 people, like this could be a love situation, or this could also be about partnership or collaborating with related to business or work situation. But we'll see how this reading goes. Okay, we have the Destiny card, and if I'm not wrong, this is the World card. Yes, this is the World card in a traditional tarot. Okay, so for some of you, you guys are completing a cycle when it comes to relationships. Okay, like for example, what I mean by when I say this is like, if you always attracted dysfunctional relationships or abusive relationships, or people who treated you bad, or people who cheated on you, or people who backstabbed you, there is a completion of a certain cycle, okay? Or if you're always in a toxic dysfunctional family system, or your family members were always toxic to you, you are putting an end, okay? Again, number 10 is about completions, and this could be related to relationships, because we have these 2 cards together. So if you have been through a cycle of heartbreak and pain and things like that, these cards are just saying that now you're entering a new cycle where you're entering into a phase where you will attract people who are like, if you are a loving person, you will also attract back the same reciprocity, the same love, the same positivity, okay? And you are closing out any cycles where there was dysfunction, where there was disharmony, with anything of that sort, okay? Now, next to this card, we have the heart chakra. So definitely this is related to matters of the heart. This could be very much related to love situation, okay? But I'm just reading this on a broader spectrum where you are closing out certain cycles. You are no more you're willing to put yourself in situations that cause you pain, that cause you heartbreak, and you are focusing on your healing, okay? You're focusing on your heart chakra. You're focusing on giving yourself that love. As you can see in this imagery, also she's got her hands on her heart chakra. Okay, then we have conflict and defeat, right? Again, going to the same thing, like you are right now releasing a lot of pain, a lot of burdens, because if you look at this imagery, it's like there are people in the background that are moving in a different direction, and he's coming down in a different direction. The only hope he has here is this lighted candle, okay? And it says conflict and defeat. Like, this man feels very defeated. This man feels whoever he has trusted or whoever he put his trust into, they never reciprocated, or they never came from that same mindset, okay? Some of you may have felt like this. Like, for example, if there was a friend that said, count on me, I'll get you a job. In reality, that never happened. That friend kept you waiting and waiting, and you know, whatever promises, it was like false promises, or it could be even family members that you helped, okay, that you supported. And my candle just jumped as I said this. You helped, you supported those family members, and when it was your time, they didn't care a damn about you. So it's like, you know, whatever you were trying to do for them, like, they never reciprocated. Not like this card. It wasn't like this card. It was like this, where you felt like whatever you give out, it's just not reciprocated. It's not a balanced situation, and you felt defeated in every situation. But that's why a lot of this emphasis is coming on the heart chakra, okay? You are healing your heart. You are releasing all this conflict and defeat and pain and sorrow and all these things. You are working on your heart chakra. Now, the last card we have is the wisdom. This is the Hierophant card in a traditional tarot. So for some of you, this card signifies that yes, you're gonna meet your soulmate, and this is a higher level soulmate, and you will enter into a relationship or a marriage, okay? With the Hierophant card, there is marriage involved here. But for some of you, this is related to all this conflict, all this pain has taught you many important lessons, okay? It's not gone in vain, and now you're going to use all those soul lessons and you're going to apply that, okay? For some of you, you're going to write a book. For some of you, you're going to be teachers, you're going to be guides, you're going to be healers. And there's this man is standing here, and there's a whole village here that needs his guidance, okay? They're just looking at him from a distance, and even the dog is surprised here to see him. So it's almost like you have things that would support and help others. That guidance would help others, okay? Whenever I do these readings, my nose starts itching. That's when I know that my guides are really connecting, okay? So firm foundation. Yeah, you're actually, see, you've gone through a lot of challenges. As we can see, this man is facing the mountain, okay? Even right now, you're facing these challenges, but you you have learned through your defeats, and you know how to tackle no matter what challenge comes in front of you. You can tackle it, okay? You can deal with it because of everything that you have learned. Let me see if there's anything else that comes up. Clearly, for someone, you have to write a book, or you have to share some information with the world. It's like you're closing out a very toxic cycle, or you're closing out certain cycles in your life. This could be relationships, friendships. You're not doing anything that is causing you pain or that is making you feel defeated, okay? A lot of heart chakra healing coming through. A lot of clearing is what you're doing. You're closing out these cycles, but whilst you're doing a lot of self-reflection and healing, okay? A lot of good stuff. And I want to also see what Archangel Michael has to say, so I'll pull one card from his deck as well. Okay, so what needs to come through for this week's guidance? Okay, great. So we have the romance angels are helping you, okay? So the message on it is, my prayer, dear guardian angels of my soulmate, thank you for preparing my soulmate and me for love, for giving us the motivation to make healthful life changes, and for arranging for us to meet. Thank you for helping us to recognize each other and have the courage to say hello, so that we can eventually delve into a truly intimate relationship. So clearly, for some of you guys, there is a higher level soulmate. Like every card is kind of screaming that. We have the Two of Cups here, we have the heart chakra here, we have the Hierophant here with the Wisdom card. So truly, you are meeting someone, or you are going to connect with someone who is your soulmate, and the angels are helping you heal your heart so that you are prepared for this higher level of love, okay? In the past, if you always went through these defeated situations, these cards are saying that now that is done with, that chapter is closed. Okay, that is over and done with. You learned some important lessons in that, and now the angels are helping you heal, transform. And I believe that all love begins with self-love. Okay, so the first thing you have to always do is love yourself, accept yourself, so that when you're not meeting another person from a place of void or from a place of neediness, okay? You're full within yourself, within your being. And I always say this to my clients, is the best analogy I can give is, imagine that you are the cake, okay? And everyone else, every other relationship is the cherry on the cake. The other person is not the cake. You are the cake. And everything else, whether you put the sprinkles on top or you put the cherry on top, is just extra, right? So it all begins with you. But I feel for the majority, this is not only about love, okay? This is about, you have found that wholeness and completeness within yourself. And because of that, because of you balancing your masculine and feminine energies, and you balancing your energy within yourself, you are on a new cycle, you are on a new vibration where you will be attracting people of a similar vibration, okay? And even when you were in those relationships, see, every relationship is a mirror. So those people were also teaching you aspects of yourself that was wounded, or that needed healing, or you needed to recognize that. So once you have completed that, and once you have healed that within yourself, you are no longer going to attract those same relationships, because you have elevated yourself. You have learned the lessons with the Destiny card, okay? And with this card, especially with the Archangel Michael card, I feel like you are ready. You are ready for blessings. See, when your heart chakra is open, when you have healed, it's not only about love. You are attracting many things. You are not attracting what's missing. You will attract everything that is in alignment with your vibration, okay? So always remember that. So when you fill your own cup, when you accept yourself, that is what you're going to attract. I don't know, I feel like pulling 3 more cards. I'm going to do that. Okay, one card fell. Let's save that. Two more, please. Wow, there is a lot of okay, I'm going to show you the cards. We have emotional withdrawal. Okay, this one came. Then we have the solitude, which is the hermit card. And then we have the shadow. Okay, there's a lot of this spending time in silence, spending time by yourself in solitude, figuring out what you want. Like, you will just feel the need to disconnect from noise, to disconnect from people, to really go within and seek answers. You will also understand, like, why do you behave the way you behave, or why do you react the way you react, especially if you're not happy with your current situation. You will understand what part of me created that, what is it in me that attracts these kind of situations or these people. Because whenever we want to change our external circumstances, we cannot change people, guys. We can only change our own frequency, and when your frequency changes, everything else around you changes, right? So whether this has to do with love, whether this can apply to any life situation, okay? Whether it's your job situation and you're in a toxic job situation, you feel nothing is changing, it starts by you shifting that. And it does take a lot of inner work, it does take a lot of self-reflection, and I see that you're going to do that. Or you may be pushed to kind of cut out all the noise with all this hermit card and the 8 of cups. I feel like you are cleansing your life. You're like taking an overview and you're like, I can't do these things anymore. Okay, there were old patterns of behavior that kept you stuck. With the shadow, you'll really be forced to kind of, you know, face your own emotions, to face your own inner demons. You see how these two are facing each other. It's like we are our light attributes and our shadow attributes, right? We cannot run away. Like, each person has their light and shadow, but the more we face it and the more we deal with it and the more we heal it, the more you find that balance within you, right? Again, this spiritual union, okay? The union of the light and dark attributes within ourselves, because each one of us has shadow attributes, right? So there's a lot of soul searching that's happening here. You may be questioning yourself, where do I want to go from here? What have I learned from all these experiences and all these people that entered my life, all these people that entered my life that helped me mold into the person I am? Because we're always, you know, no relationship, even if a relationship is a failure, even if a friendship is a failure, you have gained something out of it. You have always learned something out of it, okay? So how have these situations helped me evolve into who I am today? What can I do to improve myself? What can I do to change those patterns which I know are kind of keeping me stuck? So you're going to do a lot of that self-inventory, and you're going to look within. But overall, I feel like most of you have worked on your heart chakra. Most of you have or are still working. We're always work in progress, guys, okay? And I always say that healing is a journey, okay? It's never complete. It's part of the process. So I really feel like you're going through that. Maybe some days you may feel like a lot of icky emotions are coming up with the shadow card here, okay? This is the moon card in the traditional tarot. But again, these things are coming up for a reason. These things are coming up for healing. So be kind to yourself and understand that, you know, it's all up and down. It's always, you know, like it's always darkest before the dawn, right? So that's really what it feels. So let me see if there's anything else that's popping out for me here. I'm hearing self-love. You're really learning how to love yourself and accept yourself. especially if you were a child who always dependent, and as children we are dependent on our caregivers for love. But when we were children, if we were taught to, you know, we have to earn love to get love, or we were abandoned or we were rejected as a child, then probably a lot of those you know, inner child patterns kind of play out in our adulthood. And a lot of times you will find that you will be attracted to similar people, you know, that you had as caregivers in your life. Like, you know, a lot of times if you were rejected by a parental figure, you will just feel very drawn to partners who will keep rejecting you, because it's a pattern that's being played out until you are willing to face those shadows within yourself and realize how this pattern is playing out. And it's like you rewire your brain, you start rewiring your brain in a different way. You're like, this is not a pattern I wish to continue, and I am observing it for what it is, and I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change how I write my story, and I'm gonna give it a different narrative. I'm gonna give it a different ending to the story, by being aware, by being conscious, by working through it. And these cards are just showing me that you are working through it. So kudos to you guys. I know this is not easy. Inner work is slow, it takes time, but you are getting there. Okay, so for some of you, this could be a relationship, okay, or a situation that is very, very triggering. You could have, and most you know, higher level soulmates or some things like that, they can be very triggering because they force us to face our inner wounds. They force us to face our own demons, and that could be one of the situation. But again, this is like with the Hierophant here, again, this is like a soul contract, or this is something where you are meant to learn and evolve as a soul from these experiences. Some of you have really isolated yourself from people, or you don't want to deal with people right now because you're doing such deep shadow work that you just want your own space and you want to kind of be by yourself and process everything. And that's totally understandable, especially when you're doing all this work. You really don't want to you know, go peopling around because it does affect your energy, because you may feel extra sensitive, especially if you're doing shadow work. But I feel you are having a greater understanding of what love is, what relationships are really teaching you big lessons here, okay? They're teaching you, whether, no matter what kind of relationships these are, like you're learning a lot. And sometimes in life, relationships can be the most challenging, okay? Because as a soul, we are here to evolve on earth, and each relationship plays a role in your soul's evolution. So I'm just gonna close by saying that self-love is the key. Focus on yourself, give yourself the love, the nurturing, the time, the rest, because there are two cards which are stressing on solitude and rest and rejuvenation, okay? So really honor that. And we live in a society where we believe that we must be on the go all the time, but sometimes it's when we take out time for ourselves, even if it's a day or two, we're really gaining a lot out of that. You will find that your energy levels go higher, your mind goes clearer, your energy levels are clearer, and you can be a better channel for yourself and for the world. So I'm going to close on that. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a good one.